controllers are going to start up. The data logger will start up. So the best way to preheat your oven, after you've run the pump for about a half an hour, mine's already been running, so we'll just simulate that. But go ahead and just run a cycle through the oven dry with no product, and that'll help warm up the oven. So again, always check your gaskets clean, no obstructions, no loose parts in the oven. Tighten the door, and we'll start a run by pressing easy 1. Okay, let's do an overview of the control panel. I've already shown you the on-off switch for main power to the oven. We do not have the alarm in the control panel, even though it's labeled as such. The alarm is up top with the light tower. This is our main temperature controller, and pretty much the only button we'll be using is the Easy 1 button to start our profile, and the Easy 2 button to stop our profile if for some reason we wanted to stop it prematurely. The other button that we'll use mostly is the backfill button. The oven should automatically backfill to about 500 torr when you're done with your profile, but you'll want to go ahead and press the button and you'll see the vent light come on until the oven comes back to over 700 torr, and then you'll hear the door. If you leave your handle loose, the door will pop open and you'll be able to open your door. The green evacuate light will come on when the oven is pumping. This is our high limit controller, and when it says safe, we know that this temperature, which is the inside oven temperature, has not exceeded what the set point is. The set point can be accessed with the green button. Hit it once and it shows you what the limit high set point is. It's set to 230 right now. That can be changed with the up and down arrows, and then you can just hit reset to return back to the main screen. If for some reason this is alarming, we can simulate that by turning it down. So we're going to turn it down below what the oven's temperature is right now, and I'll reset it. And we'll see, this is what you will see if the oven has an overtemp. It says fail, attention, and it's flashing. Limit high. Limit high. So in this case, if this happens, you need to evaluate why is the oven over temperature. The only way to clear this alarm is to cool the oven down below the set point. In our case, we'll clear the alarm by changing the set point back to where it belongs. But if you do actually have an over temperature condition, you're going to need to figure out what happened. And then when you hit the reset button after the oven is cooled off, it'll go back to safe. The vacuum controller displays what the vacuum is in the oven, and then it has a set point light that shows you if set point number 1 is being used. This oven is selected. You hit the select button and page through vacuum, atmosphere to set point 1. This is set to 500 torr is what the backfill limit will be. And this can be raised and lowered with the raise and lower buttons, but we want to set it to 500. It can't be set any higher than 500 torr, so there's no danger of the oven over pressurizing. And then you just cycle through back to the main screen. And over here we have the Honeywell data logger, and we can get a close-up of that or get a still of that to show you that pen number 1 is a retransmit temperature from the main controller. Pen number 2 is a retransmit vacuum level from the vacuum display, and pen number 3 is a temperature of the independent thermocouple inside the oven. The Honeywell data logger only logs data. It does not have any alarms, and it doesn't do any controlling. Okay, this is our timer. The only thing that you're going to need to set on this timer is the time. If you change your recipe, you need to figure out the total elapsed time of your recipe and set this timer to match that time. So these are just little up and down arrows to change the minutes and seconds. So right now it's set for a 60-minute recipe. If you had a 45-minute, you would just lower it down to to 45 minutes. What this timer does is the moment that the evacuate valve opens, this timer will start. The valve can open and close as many times as it wants to in the recipe, but this timer will just keep running. This timer will stop running if you press the backfill button. The backfill button is the alarm reset. So when the alarm goes off at the end of the cycle and you press the backfill button, the reset light comes on and resets the timer. If you're in the middle of your cycle and you press the backfill button accidentally, you will reset this timer and then the alarm will not occur at the correct time. So you want to not touch the backfill button while running recipes.